Let's check out everything that I carry in my pack except food rations. Stick around. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Gray Outdoors. As you can see, I've got quite a mess sprawled out in front of me. What I'm doing is I am packing to go back to college, and of course I always take a bag with me in case something happens to my truck and I'm stranded somewhere in between here and there, or something really bad happens at the school and I've got to get out. I can't get to my vehicle and I've got to walk to the nearest place I can be considered safe. So I'm going to show you what I definitely pack always, and then if I have room, just some comfort items that I'll bring with me. So let's get started. So first and foremost, I will always pack some form of shelter. In this pack, usually I can fit 2, but we'll see this time. So we're going to start with the biggest, bulkiest items. Not in front of me. 1 second. There it is. This is my hammock. I have a Hennessy hammock. It's the Expedition asymmetrical model. I've got it in the extra large snake skins. I've got the hex fly, the extra large hex fly, and I carry rappel ring suspension system. That's not just hanging your hammock from the tree by the straps and tying the Hennessy's recommended figure 8 knot. This is something else, modification that I added. I will show you in a later video. This is my sleeping bag. This is not a Columbia sleeping bag. This is just the stuff sack that I use. This is a 15-degree Viking Trek sleeping bag that I have used several times. Probably the best time I've used it was I went hammock camping right around Christmas break. It was 20 degrees outside. It was raining like crazy. But yeah, I used my Viking Trek and I had a down underquilt for my hammock. I'll show you that in a minute. Kept me super warm. I actually sweat and had to unzip my bag during the night. My down underquilt for my hammock, because the shelter I primarily carry is my hammock, just because I feel like it's more versatile. But I also do carry a bivy sack in case I'm in an area that does not have trees, or just the trees aren't strong enough or close enough together for me to hang a hammock. I do carry a bivy sack, which I will show you in a minute. Whew. Get too hot. Back at it. But I always draw from the bottom when I get to my campsite or wherever I'm setting up. And so I can unzip the bottom here and I'll pull out what I need in order, like my hammock. You know, that's really the heaviest piece of my equipment. So I keep that in the bottom, close to my back. Pull that out from the bottom because that's the first thing I'll set up. Shelter, my rain fly's in there. Once I get the rain fly all set up, then I can put all my gear underneath it, keep it dry, and set up the rest of the camp as I need to. So, hammock in the bottom, then my sleeping bag, then my down underquilt. So that is all that is absolutely necessary for shelter. Next, what I do is just put in things that are nice to have while I'm out there. Like I've got this E&O, I call it my baby hammock. They call it a gear sling. It's just a smaller hammock that hangs underneath your own, where you put your pack in and all the rest of the gear. I usually slip this right up top. Or shove it down as deep as you can get it though. Like I said before, I keep a bivy bag with me in case hanging a hammock is not an option. I just slip my sleeping bag inside of this on top of inflatable sleeping mat that I have. These are both, no, this is Outdoor Research Molecule Bivy, and then this is an Alps Mountaineering Company inflatable mattress. I've slept on this several times. I mentioned that I set up my first bivy camp in my last video. Really good. I recommend it. Good to have. So slip these down in here. Deep as you can get them without sabotaging any of your equipment. Alright, what else is just convenient? This is a ground sheet. It's just a sheet of, it's like a, kind of like a tarp, but it's not waterproof. It's more water resistant. It's just to protect your bivy, if you do use it, from abrasion. You know, if you're laying on rocks, really rough ground, this will protect the bottom of your bivy and make them last a lot longer. Alright, so that is all that is necessary for shelter, and that is all that I keep on the inside, the main compartment of the bag. So I'll just seal this up. It's got a two-part seal, the smaller one, shove it down inside, and you cinch up the outer one. Whew. Try to keep it as tight as you can, but don't push so tight you're going to break anything. This just helps keep it waterproof, helps keep everything still, it's not going to go anywhere. And then I'll just buckle this top buckle to help keep that all secure. Alright, so that's the main compartment of my emergency get-home bag. Now, this front pouch, very commonly known as a shovel pouch. What are we going to put in there? Good guess, a shovel. I got my folding U.S. Army shovel that I got at a surplus store. Just slip that right down in the front. This is really heavy, but it's super awesome to have. It's a sacrifice I have been willing to make several times. Shove that down in there. And I'll just clip this. Ooh, I can let loose this a little bit. There we go. Clip it shut there. That'll keep that in there. Alright, let me loosen this up a little bit. I didn't loosen any of the straps before I started making this video. I even practiced putting this bag together before I started filming. Okay. Next, super convenient things. Cordage. It's not 100% a necessity, but it's super awesome to have. And what I do is I just keep this in one of my side pockets. Right there. That's just the simple 350 paracord that I mentioned in my 10 items I carry in the woods video. Also cordage, carry jute twine. I like jute twine a lot because not only is it cordage, it's kind of strong, but it catches a spark really easy with your ferro rod. So put that with my paracord. In the side pouch. Okay, what else? Cooking and drinking. Stainless steel little pot here with the folding handles. Pretty basic, standard, really. Anything. You can boil your water in it, cook simple meals, make teas. I've cooked oatmeal in this plenty of times. Works just fine. And I stick this in a little side pouch right here on the end. That fits down in there, and of course, you know, it's open, so you can shove other things down here. So I put other nice things to have. I've got a mosquito wristband. I've never used it, but I figure I might one day want it. Put that in there. I've got sheet soap. These are super cool. I mean, it is exactly what it sounds. It's just thin sheets of soap. Like, so you're not having to carry around a whole bar. You just pull out a simple sheet, wash your hands, wash your neck, body, whatever, and you can use 2 or 3 of them and get a whole shower out of it probably. But I've never done it. They're super nice to have. Those slip right down in my cup there. I also have these thin plastic bags. They're not garbage bags, they're just really thin plastic bags with a bright yellow top to them so you can see them pretty well in the dark. I keep these to put trash in, or if I'm, just in case I'm really getting rained on and I don't have a chance to set up any of my equipment, I can open these up, put them on top of me. They're really big, so I'm not going to open one up because they're a nightmare to fold back. But yeah, they're big enough you could slip over your head, maybe put one over your pack if it's really coming down. But this pack does have a rain fly with it, so I don't really worry about my pack too much. But, just something to have. So I'll slip those down in the cup as well with the rest of that stuff. Now, those... Actually, you know what else I'll put down in here? I've got a repair kit for tarps and pouches. I've got a patch repair kit for tarps and sleeping pads, inflatable sleeping pads. So I will stick that down in there, just in case, because I have room. And I'll seal that up. Next, fire. We like fire. Keeps us warm, keeps us happy, keeps us healthy. So, fire starting, you've seen I have jute twine. I use that for catching sparks sometimes. And, just good old standby. I've got matches. But I'll show you mainly in this black pouch. Turn this over so the other camera can see. This black pouch I use just as my fire bag. So I'll undo this right here, and it automatically lets loose. I've got a fire steel. I've got I'm not sure what model it is. I call it my Baby Mora. It's got that 90-degree edge on it, so it's perfect for striking your fire steel. Inside this first zipper, I've got a big fat blade that I use for batoning, in case you're having to cut up some larger sticks. I keep an Altoids can full of dryer lint, because that catches a spark real easy, flares up quick, good to have. And in this little purple bag, I have a collection of wood shavings that I collected when someone was cutting down a tree. And I stuck a silica gel packet that you get in like foods to keep them dry, keep moisture out, so that keeps that dry. Keeps moisture out of there. And just down in the bottom of this, very old. These came in a military MRE. They're just slightly weatherproof matches, as in they can handle a little bit of damp air, but they're not waterproof by any means. So, and since I've got plenty of room, I will stick 3 or 4 boxes of these matches down in there, just because I have room. That's just a little bit more fire starting equipment. Do I have anything in this back pouch? I do not, so guess what? The rest of these matches are going in that back pouch. There we go. Fire is taken care of. If not, I've got bigger problems than that. Let's wrap my knife back up. I braided this a little bit just so I could wear it as a neck knife, but I never do, so it's kind of pointless now. But there you go, extra cordage if you need it. Stick that in there. Clip my ferro rod cord through this clip so it doesn't fall out by accident. Oop, missed it. Run it through so it doesn't fall out by accident. I just stick it in the side pouch here. Keeps it still. Alright, that's my fire starting. Now for fire building and keeping. Of course, you've got to be able to cut wood, so I've got this small little hatchet. Don't ask me what name brand. I don't know. It was a gift. There's no legible writing or markings on it. If you know what it is, awesome. I'd like to know. But it's not the best in the world, but it's light and I carry it. I also carry this Coleman folding saw. Didn't unlock it all the way. Coleman folding saw. This thing cuts very quickly through some small limbs, branches, wood, all that stuff. So I carry that with me, and I'll stick this on the side in these little cinches here. I can tighten this up pretty tight and I'll run it underneath the strap when I tighten the rest of it down. That doesn't go anywhere. That's really been hanging there for about a year now through lots of moves and transportation. Hasn't gone anywhere. My hatchet, I'll do the same to the other side, but since it's got that large axe head, it definitely won't go anywhere, but I tighten it down pretty tight anyway. Holds that there. This, my dad gave me. I love this. He found it at a thrift store. This is just a air pump, and it pumps air in both. It pumps air out. It doesn't suck air in. It only pumps air out. But no matter which direction you pull or push, it is always blowing air. Air is always coming out. It doesn't blow air out, suck air in, blow air out. It's constantly air out. So I'll stick that down in this front pouch here. That won't go anywhere. Let's see, other comfort items. I have a thermocell, but it's not a necessity. I don't carry with me everywhere. Ooh, but I did forget to mention in the brain, unzip the top here, I keep a lot of stuff that I mentioned in my last video. Like, I keep 2 Sawyer filters in here. Toilet paper, always good to have. I've got some, hygiene stuff. I've got mouthwash, toothbrushes, and toothpaste, and a big first aid kit, which I'm not going to pull out because it is big. Big first aid kit. So that's all in my brain. So now we close her all up. Buckle everything down. Loosen the straps, loosen the straps. You know this, you've done this before. Buckle everything. Now we can tighten the straps, get everything tightened down. This will compress everything, keep it from moving so it's not so uncomfortable to carry on your back. Adjust down the brain, make sure it covers the top all the way for most waterproofing. Push it down, good, tighten the sides. Alright, you know what? This whole side pocket's open. Forgot about that, see? So I'm going to take my air pump, stick it in that side pocket, and just because I can, the thermocell will go in there. That'll keep mosquitoes away, and I got placement pads. Those will go in there. And I've got an extra butane cylinder somewhere. I'll stick it in there. But that's what I carry with me, just in case I need to bug out and get away. That's everything that I carry with me when I go on long trips, especially like when I'm going to be away at school for a while in case I have to get away. Thank you so much for watching. If you have an opinion, if you like something, didn't like something, leave a comment. Let me know. I like to hear everybody's opinion. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, come back, see me some more. And if you're returning, thank you so much for staying with us. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in to The Gray Outdoors.